Chapter 5. A Helpful Princess. Gerda had run for hours to get away from the cottage with no idea where she was going. At last, stumbling through a gloomy forest, she had to rest. A curious crow hopped up to her, his head to one side. "Caw," he croaked. "What are you doing all alone in the world?" "I'm looking for my friend Kay. Have you seen him?" The crow listened to Gerda's story. "Caw, caw," he said. "I think I might know where he is." Gerda couldn't believe her luck. "Tell me," she begged excitedly. "Well, no," croaked the crow. "There's a princess in this kingdom, and she was looking for a prince. In no time at all, men were lining up to meet her, but no one was good enough. Then a young boy appeared from nowhere. His clothes were torn and his boots creaked, but he went inside the palace and, would you believe it, the princess liked him so much she married him." "That must be Kay," Gerda cried. "He's handsome and clever and his boots do squeak. Oh, please take me to him." "Gaw, that's not so easily done," said the crow. But Gerda pleaded and pleaded with him. "I'll speak to my wife. She works in the palace." The crow flew off and Gerda waited nervously. Long after sunset he returned with good news. Trembling with hope, Gerda followed the crow to the palace. Inside, its grand rooms were draped in the purple night. As they crept through the ballroom, shadowy figures swept by. "Who are they?" Gerda asked in a whisper. "Dreams," replied the crow's wife. "They take the royal thoughts for midnight rides." In the most splendid room of all, 2 giant flowers hung from a palm tree. The first flower had pure white petals, and, curled up in the middle, lay the princess, fast asleep. The flower beside her was red. Gerda stepped forward and looked in. "Kay, it's me, Gerda." And the prince woke up. "Who is it?" he mumbled. Gerda stared at him and burst into tears. It wasn't Kay at all. Gerda's noisy gulps and sobs woke the princess. "Who are you?" she cried. Then, as Gerda didn't look dangerous, she gave her a hanky and let her sit down to explain. That night, Gerda slept in the palace. In the morning, the princess gave Gerda her second best dress and begged her to stay. But all Gerda wanted was to search for Kay. "I'll walk around the world if I have to," she said. The princess smiled and called for her carriage. Gerda gasped. It glistened with golden sugar, and inside the walls were lined with sticky buns and fat cream cakes. For a second she simply stared. "Is this really for me?" she asked, pointing to the golden carriage. "Well, you can hardly walk around the whole world," said the princess, helping her to climb in. "Don't worry, I have 3 more just like it." The carriage set off and Gerda waved through the window. "Goodbye, good luck," cried the princess.